Holly Duckworth here, quantum healing hypnosis technique practitioner. And I have a fascinating QHHT Session segment to share with you today. It's a little complicated, so there's a lot going on in this segment, and so I'll be popping in to kind of unpack the information as it's coming through. But in what you're about to hear, my client is in very, very deep hypnosis, and I've been in conversation with the higher self, the subconscious, for quite a bit of time already as we pop into this segment. And we're specifically talking about the client's empathic ability. I have so many clients that come in that are empaths, and some of them, and the empathic ability is just the ability to feel other people's energies, to be able to pick up on other people's emotions or states of being. And some people are really confused. They come in confused, without the ability to discern what is theirs and what is someone else's. And other people might actually be trying to hone or develop this skill. So listen in to this segment while we talk about this client's empathic ability. Now, where we drop in here, I've already been through the body scan. The higher self has already done all kinds of amazing healing. And you'll hear me refer to some prior healing that they did for her, specific to her heart, her physical heart, in relation to some heartbreak. And I use her term, PVC. So this is just like if it's my understanding, it's like an arrhythmia, like a changing of rhythm in the heart. And so she comes in with that on her list of questions to her QHHT session. What's up with these PVCs, this interesting changes in her heart rhythm? So listen in as we hear from the higher self what's going on here. What can you tell her about the heart PVCs that she has? What's up with that?
Other people's pain. Not resting. She hasn't rested a whole lot. And she senses other people's pain. And it affects her. And it affects her there easily because she already had the heartbreak and the heavy heart and the sadness.
Oh, I see. Okay. So now that you've repaired the heart from the heartbreak, will she still feel other people's pain there? Or will that be different now?
She is sensitive to other people's energy. It is a gift for her. She needs to practice better. Okay, so I hear this all the time with my empathic clients as well from the higher self, that shielding is important. It's important to be able to discern what is your energy and what is somebody else's energy, and shielding or filtering can help with this. So that's the advice they're giving her today. Shielding.
How does she do that? How does she practice better shielding?
Meditate more.
Oh, okay.
Go within more.
Okay. And when you say meditate more, do you mean like every day, once a week, once a month, multiple times a day? What do you mean?
Consistency. Every day would be optimal.
Does she need to do that for minutes or hours or multiple hours?
Not necessary to do multiple hours. A few minutes would be fine.
Okay.
She has what you call monkey brain. Sometimes she does well.
Oh my gosh, if I had a dime for every time they said meditate and meditate daily. I mean, it's way over 90% of my clients that the higher self will give the advice for meditation. And in this case, they're specifically giving this client the advice for meditation as a way of shielding her empathic abilities, of improving or honing her empathic abilities. And so that daily meditation, just a few minutes every day, really makes our energetic system so much more well-functioning, so much more strengthened and powerful, frankly. Meditating just a little bit every day.
She does so well. Sometimes she sees things and it scares her, and then she stops doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too long before she comes back to it again. But to go within is good.
Okay. Very good. In terms of shielding herself from other people's pain. So she can still feel it, but it doesn't give her the PVCs.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. So what advice?
She senses this in her energy fields. And those energy fields reach down beyond her etheric body into her physical body.
So as she practices the meditation consistently for the shielding, as she moves forward stronger and stronger in that regard, then what do other people's energies feel like? Like, how will that be different for her?
Safe. She does very well to be sensitive to other people's energies. It's how she reads them.
What do you mean?
It is protection in one way. She is very, very sensitive to negative energy. That she senses immediately. She can feel love energy. She just has always resisted that.
So then how does her ability then to feel positive or the negative energy change as she meditates? She grows in that practice.
She has tried to focus on a merkaba, and she's been wearing one. And without understanding some things, she tried to activate it and get it to spin. Which can take you places, but if you don't know some things, it's dangerous. She learned shortly from others that first you want a destination, you need to know your destination. More importantly, you need to be very grounded. And also, if it spins the wrong way, you end up in the wrong place. So for the moment, she has shelved that idea.
She kind of scared herself, if I'm getting your drift.
She wasn't prepared.
Okay, so this is where it gets a little complex. So my client in this segment had been practicing some different, building some different spiritual gifts. So, and she had scared herself. So she had gotten a little bit of fear attached to meditation because maybe she had pushed a little too far, a little too fast, and seen some things she didn't really want to see. And she was practicing with a Merkaba and really probably didn't know what she needed to know as she was pushing into these new abilities. So the caution here that the higher self is giving us is to just be patient with our learning. So important to be gentle with our learning and not just push through with spiritual things that we may not be ready yet to learn. Maybe think about having a good teacher, maybe about really tapping into your higher self and listening to your intuition as you begin to learn new things. The last thing we want to do is to have fear attached with our spiritual work, because there's not good things that can come about in that situation.
She is figuring out how to activate her own Merkaba.
Okay.
And she's not forcing it. And in time, it will happen.
Okay.
When the time is right.
Okay. I'm wondering, what advice would you have for her as she practices with the
Don't force.
Okay. Just be gentle. Be gentle with herself in terms of her learning.
Don't force.
Mm-hmm. And then if I heard you correctly,
she loves to drive hard.
Mm-hmm,
she loves to push hard. She is very strong-willed.
And this is not helpful when she's learning to use the Merkaba.
That is correct.
Okay, very good, very good. And then if I heard you correctly earlier, she needs to make sure she has an intention of where she's going.
Correct.
She needs to be grounded before she starts practicing.
Yes.
And then she needs to make sure that she's spinning the Merkaba in the right way.
Yes.
And she'll know the quote-unquote right way by gently practicing with herself.
She knows the right direction now. But she has not made up her mind where she wants to go.
I see.
She thinks she has to go somewhere. She doesn't have to go anywhere she doesn't want to.
Okay. So she's kind of letting the Merkaba lead her instead of her leading the Merkaba.
Yes.
Very good.
You could say it that way.
Okay. Very good.
She is learning.
Okay. So you've mentioned then a couple of times here, sometimes in meditation she sees things that scare her. Sometimes she practices with the Merkaba and it goes to places she doesn't really want to go. So what advice do you have for her as she releases these kinds of fear in her spiritual work?
Don't be afraid to meditate. Yes, it opens doors and you may see things that others don't. But it's okay. Call in 100% white light to protect you. Don't have to travel anywhere right now. Right now, it may actually not be in the best interest to travel anywhere. There is a lot going on. Be patient. When the time is right.
Again, here we have more advice in terms of spiritual growth, spiritual capabilities, and growing those and strengthening those. So it really is all about patience, not pushing it, really tapping into your intuition, being very safe and very cautious and very gentle with yourself as new abilities are arising. We talked about the importance of white light energy and working with white light and really being aligned to that God source and the white light. And then lastly, knowing what our intentions are. You really need to make sure that you understand what your intentions are in terms of your learning, in terms of your practice, in terms of your gifts. So we all have free will. We can all actually be given gifts that have both pros and cons to them. And so staying in that white light energy and having white light intentions is a really great way to be in a learning space as we're growing our spiritual gifts. I want to get back to this though, as she You said that the problems with her heart was because of feeling other people's pain, and then you've given us all this beautiful advice for her to work on herself, to be better shielded and better understanding other people's energy. So when she does all of this work, how does that change how she feels other people's energy? Will it keep her from feeling it at all? Does she feel it differently?
She will always feel other people's energies.
Mm-hmm.
She just needs to believe, have faith that she has done a good job so far, but this is a little complex.
Mm.
She will always, to a degree, feel other people's energy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It is part of who she is.
Mm-hmm.
As she practices shielding more and becomes more disciplined, she won't absorb and hold on to other people's energies as much.
I see.
There was, for a time, she wasn't aware that she was absorbing other people's energies.
Mm-hmm.
And she would take it home.
Mm-hmm.
She knows now.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. All right, and here's the last little bit and really kind of sealing the deal for empaths. It isn't about not being connected. This is a part of the ascension, a part of where we're going, of everybody being telepathic and everybody being able to feel everybody else, of us really living in a state of hive mind, a state of being inextricably connected, and it's a really, really beautiful state of being. But as we do that, we have to make sure that we don't absorb or hold on to other people's energy, that we can discern what is ours and what is not, and not grasp onto or not attach fear to what we may be feeling. So there's a lot going on in this session segment. I'm excited to share it with you, and especially for all of those empaths that are out there, and especially for all of those people that are really becoming a little more awake to all of the multidimensional experiences that are available to us. Move forward with caution, move forward with white light, and move forward with pure intention. Thank you for listening.